Hi, Sally Foley-Lewis here, and I wanted to share a quick insight that came out of the March Middle Managers Muster. Now, the topic of that particular muster was difficult conversations, and one of the things that was raised was when managers need to address a decision that's been made from senior leadership, and when a decision that's been made is actually the wrong decision, or it's not well thought out at least. And so one of the acronyms that was raised was called CLM, a career limiting move, which I'm smirking because you can imagine that depending on how you address it, it could be a career limiting move, telling your boss that they've made the wrong decision. However, I think it's one of those things that's really important. When a decision has been made and it goes against the grain, when it makes no sense ethically or operationally, or you can see it challenging your values, then there's an opportunity for you to be able to speak up and address it. And it's all in how, and we know that, you know that. It's in how you address these things that will actually give you the results that you might want. And one of the best ways I know how is to name your intention up front. So what do I mean by that is when you're speaking with your senior leader, actually telling them, look, I'd love to have a conversation around this decision because I'm challenged by it and I don't know if I have all the information that makes it make sense for me, or there's just something that's missing for me. Can we please have this conversation so I'm clear about why you made that decision, or maybe I can provide you some information that would then help us clear the path moving forward because I want to get on with it. And that's what our bosses want to hear. They want to hear that you are getting on with it. That's what you want to hear from your staff, that they're getting on with it. So owning that desire to have a bit more clarity means that you're not jumping in and starting to attack, which means your senior leader doesn't have to go on the defense. It means that you're actually asking for clarity. And so when you start with questions, can you tell me what was it that brought you to that decision? What's the driver here? What's the pressure that we need to be focused on in order for me to understand why you made that decision? Now, some leaders might just brush you off and then it's a case of needing to come up with a different strategy to deal with it. But most of the time, most people really want to do well, and they also want to know, they want to be part of that conversation. Most senior leaders will probably appreciate the conversation because it'll be a realization for them that maybe they've missed some information. And they might actually be quite appreciative of the fact that, okay, if I'm going to make these sorts of decisions, I need to step back a bit and start with a bit more why. So that way people will own it or step into it, or at least accept the decision, even if it's something none of us like, but we still have to do. So think about that. Think about how you can minimize your career limiting moves, but by naming your intention when you actually ask your senior leaders to help clarify why a tough decision's been made or a challenging decision has been made. Let me know how you go.